Okay, on that last job, I noticed at the end of the day that this bearing was starting to squeal and squeak, and I touched the bolt there and it was very hot, and none of the other bearings were nearly as hot as just this one here. So I'm gonna take this track off, pull this roller and take a look at the bearing. I have a sneaky suspicion that the bearing, probably the seal, allowed dirt to get in there, and we're gonna find out what is going on with this thing. Okay, well, I got the yellow panel off and I loosened this adjuster and this bolt here, so it should just slide back and I'll be able to get the track off and we can inspect this bearing a little closer. I'm gonna use a dead blow hammer here to knock it back. There it goes. There we go. Oh yeah. I mean, that bearing is gone. This one's good. This one's good. That one's good. That bearing is shot. You can actually see the steel rollers inside there. That seal went out, got dirt in there, and caused this unit to fail. So what I want to do is I'm going to run into town and I'm going to go see if I could source some high quality versions of this same bearing. That way, better seals should protect it for much longer. All right, I'm here at my local Napa. I found these Italian SKF bearings. I'm going to order some Timkins, but I'm going to try these SKF and see how they fit. The build quality is much better than these factory ones because this uses steel seal versus this rubber one that didn't hold up. So this is gonna be much more durable. Got the new bearings installed. Looking good, super smooth. I mean, you could just feel the quality in these things. Check this out. You, buddy. Money, dude. Okay, now just getting this track installed back on here. Episode of Dexter's Laboratory, where he's just sitting there spinning the wrench all day, doing the same bolt. That's what this kind of feels like right now. Pretty tight there. The more and more I use this machine, the more I learn about it. And that bearing failure was interesting that it kind of happened early on, but only on the rear roller. And I am installing the SKF bearings on this side and the Timken on the other to see if there's a difference in quality. But that was interesting. The alternator issue was something that I worked through. The clutch adjustment from this cable here, it was getting hung up. And so another thing is the debris just builds up so bad in this thing from that flail mower throwing things up in the air. And I really think debris, like a true screened, like basically where air can flow through, but debris and chaff and everything else cannot get into where the hot parts of the motor are. And that would solve quite a few issues because the cooling of the motor gets affected because it just stuffs it full of debris and it loses all cooling, which causes more heat, makes the motor run warmer, and you're also getting all of that debris through that alternator. And there's really, I mean, I just took some compressed air and blew it out. There was so much stuff. And I used a leaf blower, but I had to use a lot more pressure to get more debris out of the alternator. The air filter is kind of another thing because on that last job, I mean, it was pretty bad, but it was about 30 to 45 minutes of runtime before I had to change the air filter. It was just, I mean, completely packed. And so with that screen, the alternator would be inside the screen, the air filter would be inside the screen, and the cooling for the engine would be inside the screen. So I think that eliminates quite a few issues with one fix. I was running these scoop flails, and these work really good. For the most part, they're super lightweight. Section there creates a lot of lift as they move, and so it pulls things up into there and gets chopped up pretty well. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and go back to the original blades, because these also work pretty well. They're a little bit heavier, so they have a little more inertia when they hit, brush and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in there. Reversed them so that the sharp edge is out and the dull one is in the back there. So they'll cut like new now. And I'm going to go ahead and install this switch right here so I can do a manual up-down function without the control for now, until I get the parts in to fix that where I could do it remotely.